Hey kids, it's Captain Craig. Hope you're all having a wonderful week again this week. I know I am because finally tonight we start Kids Club 2019 at the Crossing Community Church at 6 o'clock in Hilliard, Ohio. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you kindergartners through fifth graders. At 6 p.m., we're going to be sharing wonderful Bible stories. We're going to be having snacks together. We're going to be playing games. We are going to have so much fun in person. So tell your parents if they haven't registered yet, they can still do so today, or they can do it tonight at the church at 6 o'clock when you arrive. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you tonight. Now this week we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. Did you know that a long time ago there was nothing? No trees, no people, no buildings, not even sound or smell. There was nothing and darkness was everywhere. That is what it was like before God decided to make our world. God created our whole world in 6 days. He made something different on each of the 6 days. But let's first go back to the very beginning. Let's look at the very first verse in our Bibles. It says, "In the beginning, God created the sky and the earth. The earth was empty and had no form. Darkness covered the ocean, and God's Spirit was hovering over the water. Then God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light. God saw that the light was good, so he divided the light from the darkness. God named the light day and the darkness night. Evening passed and morning came. This was the first day." So God simply spoke and light appeared. And this was not just sunlight. After all, the sun had not yet been created. Can you make light just by saying, "Let there be light"? Of course not, but God can. Now day 2 came around and God said, "Let there be something to divide the water in two." So God made the air to divide the water into two. Some of the water was above the air and some of the water was below it. God named the air sky. Evening passed and morning came, and this was the second day. Now on the third day, God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered together so that the dry land will appear." And it happened. God named the dry land earth. He named the water that was gathered together seas. God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let the earth produce plants. Some plants will make grain for seeds. Others will make fruit with seeds in it. Every seed will produce more of its own kind of plants." And it happened. The earth produced plants. Some plants had grains for seeds, and the trees made fruits with seeds in it. Each seed grew its own kind of plant. God saw that this was all good. Evening passed and morning came. This was the third day. Now the fourth day, God made 2 large lights. He made the brighter light to rule the day, and he made the smaller light to rule the night. He also made the stars. God put all these in the sky to shine over the earth. They are to rule over the day and over the night. He put them there to separate the light from the darkness. God saw that all these things were good. Evening passed and morning came. This was the fourth day. On the fifth day, God said, "Let the water be filled with living things, and let the birds fly in the air above the earth." So God created the large sea animals. He created every living thing that moves in the sea. The sea is filled with these living things. Each one produces more of its own kind. God also made every bird that flies. Each bird produces more of its own kind. God saw that this was good. God blessed them and said, have many young ones and grow in number. Fill the water and the seas and let the birds grow in number on the earth. Evening passed and morning came. This was the 5th day. On the 6th day, God said, let the earth be filled with animals, and let each animal produce more of its own kind. Let there be tame animals and wild animals and small crawling animals, and let each of them produce more of its own kind. And it happened. So God made the wild animals, the tame animals, and all the small crawling animals to produce more of their own kind. God saw this, and it was good. Isn't that wonderful that he created all these things in just 6 days? Now I know I left something out, because next week we're going to talk about us. We'll continue our story in Genesis. So, for those I don't see tonight at Kids Club, I will see you next week. For the rest of you, I can't wait to see you tonight. God bless you all and have a wonderful week.